You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
6:47 breaking news in southwest Atlanta, where an early morning chase led to a crash, seriously hurting 2 people. And right now, the driver is still on the run. Ariana Manise joins us live with an update. Ariana?
I'm live in southwest Atlanta on MLK Jr. Drive near Fairfield Place, right where that crash ended. The driver crashing, knocking down this light pole along MLK Jr. Drive. You see the glass from that vehicle is still in the middle of the road. We were here when police just cleared the scene. They took that white vehicle away that you'll see in the video. We're learning that this happened around 3 a.m. when police attempted to stop the white car on I-20 westbound near the connector. The driver got off at the MLK Jr. Drive exit and crashed shortly after. Troopers say the suspect refused to listen to their commands even after crashing that car. They then tased the suspect twice, but the suspect still managed to get away. The suspect is still on the run at this time. Now we're learning that there were 3 other people inside the vehicle. 2 have serious injuries. We're also learning that vehicle was stolen out of Atlanta. Police, they also found a stolen gun inside that car. Once again, the suspect is still on the run this morning. We're going to continue to follow the story to see if we can get any more developments from police, and we'll be sure to bring you the latest. Live in southwest Atlanta, I'm Ariana Manise for 11 Alive. Back to you.
Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news with some other big headlines. A man is in custody after a 2-county chase in a stolen ambulance. Officers say paramedics were still inside that ambulance when it was taken from Piedmont Henry Hospital in Stockbridge yesterday. They were able to safely jump out. Police say the man took them on a 10-mile chase, hitting several vehicles that ended with the crash off Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro.
I seen he had hit like a barbecue truck. The guy had a barbecue trailer on the back of his pickup. I seen that off to the side. I seen Georgia State Patrol, one of his wheels was off of his car.
Georgia State Patrol said the suspect is being charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, felony fleeing, and some other serious offenses. Right now, Atlanta police are investigating after 2 women were stabbed in Vine City. It happened along Maple Drive, not too far from Northside Drive. Both women were taken to the hospital. One is in critical condition. Right now, investigators believe the women were arguing before it got physical. Right now, some much-needed emergency care is headed to Fulton County communities south of I-20. Grady Health System announced plans to build a freestanding emergency department. Officials didn't give an exact address, but we do know it's going to be in Union City. This is potentially some life-saving news for so many families in South Fulton who are currently driving about 40 minutes to get emergency care. Grady says the demand for access to health care is growing after Wellstar's Atlanta Medical Center closed. The emergency department will be open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and will include a pharmacy, lab, and imaging services. Construction expected to start this fall and opening sometime in 2026.
That was a look at your Thursday morning headlines. Chesley, you got my attention when you said borderline hot today.
Yeah, borderline hot today. It's going to be a warm one out there, but we're dealing with the fog so far this morning. Scenes like this west of the city of Atlanta is what you're going to be riding into or riding away from if you're headed toward the city. That's George's Rome right there, where we have 0 visibility in some spots, folks. So be on the lookout. Dalton as well. Up to the north, Blairsville, you have 0 visibility in some spots there. 1 mile visibility over toward Carrollton. Excellent visibility in Atlanta, Duluth, Gainesville, as you can see. 10 miles, you can see far out. And so be very careful. Even if you're into Marietta right now, the visibility is starting to be reduced in that area as well. We do have a dense fog advisory. This will last until 10 a.m. You can see the highlighted counties there. 1/4 mile visibility or less is what we're finding so far this morning. Again, 0 in some spots, so be careful driving around. Could be a little bit hazardous for you, a little tricky. Looking at temperatures in the 50s, do have some 60s sprinkled in here. Like McDonough down toward Locust Grove, you're at 61. 57 degrees in Covington. 57 degrees also in Noonan, 61 degrees right now in Fayetteville. You got 57 degrees Marietta, 56 in Ackworth, 56 over in Dallas, over in Paulding County, Northern Carroll County, and Temple, you're at 53. 60 in Tucker and DeKalb County, 62 downtown Atlanta at the current hour. Yep, Fido's saying, hey, don't forget the umbrella. You may need that if you're going to be out later tonight. Later tonight is when that rain comes back to us. Much of the day today will be spent in the sunshine, though. 86 for your afternoon high temperature. Keep in mind, we should be at 74 degrees this time of year. Our record for today is 87, with a forecast high of 86. We'll come mighty close. mighty close. We'll see if we can tie or even break that record. Notice the clouds here in the southeast with those hot temperatures into the 90s back toward Dallas. We'll be watching some thunderstorms up here to the north and west. Notice that level 3 threat for severe weather. Some of those storms could hold together and make it down into our northwestern counties, so we'll watch that later on this evening. Level 1 threat means isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. Expecting those to weaken a bit as they make their way toward the metro area. We'll do it again on Friday. Notice the level 1 threat continues. Got a front that's going to be approaching the area, so scattered isolated showers could become a little bit more severe with some gusty winds, something we'll be watching for Friday as well. Forecast track model shows the sunshine around in abundance for this afternoon. Late is when the clouds will increase, and then here comes the threat for an isolated shower or two. We'll hold on to that through Friday morning. By Friday afternoon, that clears out, and then we'll have another round once we get toward the afternoon on Friday. Going to catch a break from the rain on Saturday, and then Sunday, the rain comes back to us more widespread. Notice we cool down through the weekend and for the beginning of next week.
One man behind bars and facing charges in a shootout at the Circle K on Candler Road on Tuesday. Take a look at the surveillance video from that shooting. 3 people were hurt. 2 men were taken to the hospital. Police believe they were all innocent bystanders. 34-year-old Darius Morris is now charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault in that shooting. We did some digging and found he is also under investigation for murder and was out of jail on bond at the time. The DeKalb County District Attorney tells 11 Alive it has now filed a motion to revoke that bond.
Let's go to 11 Alive's Liza Lucas in Buckhead for us with some new efforts to ease the traffic headaches there, Liza.
Good morning, Aisha. Yes, traffic is picking up behind me as we speak, and we had a chance to speak with those who live in the Buckhead area. They deal with this daily traffic grind, and they say it's reaching a tipping point, and it's time to do something about it. Now, Council Member Mary Norwood, who represents the 8th District, has proposed legislation that would create a task force to study Buckhead's traffic flow and congestion with the goal of coming up with solutions. Now, the group, if approved, would include key stakeholders from Buckhead businesses, neighborhoods, area parks, and nonprofits, as well as representatives from the City Planning and Transportation Department. Councilmember Norwood said the plan is all about increasing safety and mobility. City leaders do still need to sign off on this idea for a task force. The next step would be for the proposal to be discussed at the City Council Transportation Committee. That meeting is set for Wednesday. Live for you in Buckhead, Liza Lucas, 11 Alive News.
Happening today, a new Uber rider verification pilot program is launching here in Atlanta. The program is designed to help confirm that Uber riders are who they say they are. It also aims to promote trust and give drivers additional peace of mind. Atlanta is one of the first cities to launch this pilot. The Atlanta Hawks took on the Chicago Bulls in the NBA play-in tournament last night. This was a must-win game for the Hawks, and they couldn't bring it home. The season is officially over after they fell 131-116 against the Bulls. It marks the end of a really roller coaster season plagued with injuries. Last night's game really summed up the season. Now comes all of those off-season questions for the Hawks. Up next, the NBA draft at the end of June.
Yeah, I'm going to just break the Converse back out. Go ahead and try out. We're looking at noon today, 78 degrees will be our temperature. We'll have mostly sunny skies out there. It's going to be a nice one, hot one, if you will, right? Borderline hot is what I'm going to call it, or very warm. 86 will be our afternoon high temperature. The record today is 87. We'll see if we'll get up that high. By 6 o'clock, temperature still in the 80s, right around 85 degrees. So if you got to get home, walk the dog, it should be pleasant for you. Late tonight, clouds will increase and some showers will come back to us. We'll have another round of thunderstorms coming to us Friday afternoon. Temperatures going down as we head through the weekend with the rain chance sticking around for Sunday. 70% chance for that rain.
The return of the cicadas. In just a couple of weeks, communities across the state will see and hear what's called the periodical cicadas. Dr. Nancy Hinkle from UGA says they'll emerge in May. In 2011, she and some researchers tracked cicada sightings, mostly rural parts of Georgia. The closest they came to the city was directly east and south of the metro, like areas around Peachtree City. So if you're in those spots, don't worry.
They're completely harmless. They cannot bite, they cannot sting, they are not poisonous, they're not going to harm you in any way.
They're just going to be loud.
It's the sound of summer.
It is the sound.
I'm just used to that when summertime comes.
Want to hear my impression of a cicada?
Oh, gosh.
No. That's not, oh, that's terrible. Ouch, that hurts me. That hurts me.